From the directors of Scream 5, 6, and Ready or Not, a horror comedy about a group of would-be criminals who kidnap the 12-year-old daughter of a powerful underworld figure, holding her for a ransom in an isolated mansion. Their plan starts to unravel when they discover their young captive is actually a bloodthirsty vampire. Abigail's a bloody good time at the movie theaters. It's fun, it's funny, and has a bunch of bloody moments. And I think that the script did a really good job of utilizing this premise of a bunch of unaware people going versus a vampire in a very closed, claustrophobic situation, almost to the fullest potential. I love one location horrors and thrillers like Hush, Panic Room, and Phone Booth. However, adding a supernatural force like a ballerina vampire adds so much to the film. It makes it really brutal, fun, and the movie never takes itself too seriously. There's a ton of dark comedy strung throughout that'll either make you smirk at the screen or bust out laughing.
How do we kill it?
Crucifixes.
Mixed with some gory frights that you want to see in a vampire film. Alisha Weir, who plays the vampire ballerina Abigail, she is a standout in this film. Probably my favorite performance in the film overall. She is playing this role beyond her years. She's playing a 12-year-old girl. I'm not sure how old she is in real life, but she's one of the best child actors I've seen in a long time. She was fantastic. She has tons of range, great screen presence, and actually uses her body to make herself look frightening, but also know how to be really, really fun and funny throughout the film. This movie would not work if she wasn't so good, and I think that with a lesser child actor, this movie would have fell apart without how good she was in this movie. And the rest of the cast is great. They all have great synergy and chemistry together. This movie has a lot of horror and heist tropes, and they elevate those tropes by being really, really charismatic and bringing enough depth to each character that you can attach to them and like them a little bit more than the basic that the script has for them. I think Melissa Barrera, this is the best performance I've seen for her so far. She's really, really great as a sympathetic mom who kind of has a connection with Abigail, but is also still frightened because she's gonna kill her too. It's just a really great time to see a character that you can like sympathize with while she's mixed with a bunch of douchebags in between. And one of those douchebags is Dan Stevens, who does a really great job being this charismatic guy that you cannot trust throughout the film, and he was really, really a standout like he always is. Honestly, me in this situation, I would just lay down. I kept saying like,
why are you running? Why are you running?
And people who are just not equipped to fight a vampire, you would think this movie would end just like that. It would end right away, right? No, the movie does something in the film.
I like playing with my family.
Aspect of that story beat an element at first, and you're like, oh, okay, they're just stringing the film out. But the movie builds on that and the different story elements to keep this movie engaging and breezy for an hour and 49 minutes. It did not feel that long at all. I thought this was a 90-minute film, maybe 85. For it to be almost 2 hours is impressive how fast everything felt and how satisfied I still was watching the film. And I think the key factors to that is how they introduced a mystery element that I did not expect that keep your interest, especially in the beginning of the film. They slowly build out the vampire lore and the backstories of each character instead of throwing them in your face right in the beginning. And the claustrophobic nature of them being in these tight spaces and being chased by Abigail really makes you keep you like locked into the film most of the time. Warning though, if you are easily squeezy, especially with gore and blood, this may not be for you. There was someone in my theater who was like, oh my god, this is too much. Especially in a particular scene in the third act, because there's tons of blood in here. Not to the point of like 2013 Evil Dead Rise, but it was starting to get there. And there's certain aspects that if you've seen Ready or Not, from the previous movie, well, before the Scream films from this same director, you understand like how they use blood and different guts and things like that in there. So if that's not something that you like, you may not want to check this film out, but if you're in for a gory good time, a lot of the action here is going to please you. There are three aspects of this film that maybe held it back a little bit from being great. I don't think that they utilize the mansion and the space that they had for like storytelling purposes audiences and just for fun. I think they could have utilized it a lot more if they explored more aspects or added a bit more to the film and made it really zany and crazy. I do also wish that they added more characters for like cannon fodder and kills, so we could have a little bit more kills in certain aspects of the film, especially some more downtime, especially utilizing Abigail more in terms of the action. And I do think that the ending unfortunately was a little bit of a letdown. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, but I was just left a little bit unsatisfied, especially since I was having so much fun leading up to it. Like I said, it's not a terrible ending, but it is a little bit unsatisfying in terms of what I wanted from the movie. Well, I think the journey of this movie is a bloody good time and worth the ride. Is it worth a trip to the theaters? Let's look at the Zack Attack ranking. This IMAX, which means that you should see this on the biggest screen, best screen possible. Full price, you know, go see it on a regular screen, but it's worth the full price. Matinee, go check it out on an afternoon where you can get it at a discount. Streaming, just go check it out on streaming. Don't go to the theaters or skip. Don't watch this movie at all. I think this movie is worth a matinee. I don't think it's gonna work fully for every single person. I think most people will have a blast, especially if you go with some friends, but I can't say, you know, you have to pay your hard-earned money to go see this right away. So I think it's a really good movie. I had a really great time and had a fun time with it. Wish I got to see it with more people in the theaters, and I advise you to go do the same. So let me know, did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate Abigail? Drop all your comments down below and let me know if you saw the film, and if you did not see the film yet, are you gonna go check it out yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you like my review. Attack that subscribe button so you can join the Zack Attack Nation, and hit the notification bell to be notified of my reviews, reactions, live discussions, and hit that join button to join the channel membership. And you can watch more content right now.